Hi, I'm Patty Finney, and today I would like to show you how you can quickly create a math facts quiz using Google Forms and then install the Flubaroo script and have it graded for you. So to get started, we are going to click on New, and we're going to come over here to More, and then we want to create a new Google form. I do not want people to have to log into an ESU account. I want to share it with others in different domains, so I'm going to uncheck that box. And I'm going to give my form a name. And today we're going to call this multiplication facts. And I'm going to put 3's in parentheses because I'm going to be multiplying by 3 today. So then there's basically two steps to creating your questions in a Google form, and the first is asking the question. The second is selecting your question type. So I am just going to start my questions with 3 times 1. And I want to use the text type of questions. Notice there is quite a list of different types, but I want to use text so that they are not guessing with the different multiple choice options. And I want them to answer each question. So I'm going to click Required Question and click Done. When I hover back over that question, I've got a pencil, which means edit. So if I needed to change that, I also have a duplicate option and a trash option. I'm going to use the duplicate feature here because since I am multiplying by 3, the only number that's changing in these is going to be that second number. So each time if I just duplicate that, that is going to save me a little typing. So I'm going to go through that same process, finishing up all of my questions. Okay, so I have my multiplication questions all put in. I just realized that I did not put in the name as a question at the top of the quiz, so I knew which student had taken this. So I'm going to add an item really quick, and I am just going to type name, and in the help desk I'm going to say please include first and last name, and it's also going to be text, and I want it required. But I don't want it at the bottom of my quiz, so I'm just going to drag it up to the top. And now I have name and all my questions. So my quiz is ready. I'm going to view it as a live form just to make sure everything looks okay. And I think as far as appearances go, it looks fine. I'm also going to need to take my quiz so that I have the right answers for the Flubaroo script to grade against. So I am going to take just a few minutes and go ahead and take this quiz. Okay, so you created your quiz, you took it yourself to create the answer key, you've had your students take the quiz. So you are going to go back to your drive and you're going to look for your quiz responses. So it'll have the same title, but it'll have responses next to it. So I'm going to go into my responses. And this is where you're going to add the Flubaroo script, which will enable it to grade this quiz for you. So you're going to come over here to the add-ons drop-down menu. And if you have not used Flubaroo, you would not see it in my list here. You would have to come down here to get add-ons. And there's a search box right here, so you'd be able to type Flubaroo and it would come up, and then you would need to install it. But since I use Flubaroo all the time, it's already under my add-on menu. So I'm just going to select Flubaroo and I'm just going to ask it to grade an assignment. The first box that comes up, it just gives you some options as to how much points you want each of your questions to have. I'm going to let all of my multiplication questions be worth 1 point, and it does recognize the name as an identifier, so it won't give any points for that. The second thing I have to do is I have to tell it which is the answer key. So I select the answer key and I select continue. And the information that comes up basically is just going to state that you're going to see a summary of information on top. Bad or questions where several students miss are going to be in orange, so it can show you where maybe there was a poorly written question. And if a student gets below a 70, you will see them in red. So my summary information is there was an average of 11 points scored out of 13. I had 3 people take this quiz. So you see their times and their names here. If I go across, I can first see that Dan got a 100, Sally a 92, but Carter got a 61%. So if I go through, you are seeing which ones they missed if there were no points awarded. So very quickly, I have given a quiz that students can take electronically on any device, and with the help of the Flubaroo script, it's been graded for me, and all I have to do is enter my grades into the gradebook. Thank you.